several martial arts styles. Some of you guys know I've done Kyokushin Karate, Wing Chun Kung Fu, and Kentokukan Karate as well. Some Muay Thai. I used to go to a Muay Thai club. And the last one I learned was Krav Maga when I was doing street fighting training with the head of the IKMF, International Krav Maga Federation, who had come to Montreal and was offering this special seminar, which I was very happy to take. And I loved Krav Maga. Krav Maga made the most sense to me of any martial art. It was so grounded in instincts. It was organic. It's minimalistic as well, so there's nothing flowery. It was actually created when the nation of Israel was officially created after World War II. And the goal was to train an army for Israel as fast as possible. So what they did is the creator of Krav Maga studied all of the other major leading martial arts in the world that were known and available to him at the time, and he decided to basically do a meta-analysis of all of the world's best martial arts and extract from each of them only the most practical and efficient techniques, and then streamline and simplify the total techniques to only include as few as possible for as many situations as possible. So what does this mean? There's fewer attacks to learn. The ones you do learn are more useful in more situations. I mean, is that not brilliant? And the last thing is, he said we're going to ground these new techniques in basic instinctual movements. So you know, if you think someone's going to hit you, your first reaction might be go like this. So this is the fighting stats of Krav Maga. Isn't that interesting? Just makes sense. It makes practical sense. And also, it was created kind of like Wing Chun Kung Fu. Both of them assume that you are a smaller fighter fighting a larger opponent. So that means that the techniques should be usable against larger foes, which is, again, such a wise way to build your system. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it did exactly the same thing, which I thought was brilliant. But of all the systems for me that I've studied, the most organic is Krav Maga. The reason I brought it up is because it's not a flowery martial art. You compare it to something like Shaolin Kung Fu, which is very ornate in the movements. Krav Maga's not like that. It's simple. It is not necessarily pretty. It's not that fancy, but it's so efficient. You know, when we were doing that seminar, the last thing we did is we had to, kind of like the final exam of the course, was that you had to stand there and you were going to be attacked from any angle. People could run at you. What could they do? These are your fellow classmates. It's not like this is conceptual or this is practical or this was actually done, you know? So basically the way it worked is you could, while you are defending, so attacking position, defending a position, because we all had to be evaluated against the horde of attackers, as being a member of the horde of attackers running at the person being evaluated, right? So if you were attacking, what you could do, the person who's defending, you could actually kick them in the groin, throw that out there. You had a rubber knife, you could try to stab them, you could kick them in the side, you could try to punch them in the face, you could do haymakers, because that's the most common drunk attack that you would experience if you're defending in a street fight, which was, again, the context of this seminar. Oh, we did it! We did it! Anyway, that's what I was saying. When you're being attacked, bam, you could have haymaker thrown in your face. I'm going to go to full screen for this, okay, because I'm focusing on what I'm saying for once in my life. Okay, you're defending. Hey, you're there. You're defending. You could have a guy come at you with a rubber knife, try to stab you. Someone try to kick you in the groin. Someone try to punch you in the face. Someone try to punch you in the side. Someone try to low kick you. And what you had to do for each person within 5 movements, you had to get them on the floor, and then you had to fight the next person, get them on the floor, 5 movements, and so on. And so you were attacked about 15 times. And if you could complete all 15 fights in 5 movements, then you would pass the course and receive the Krav Maga certificate. So that's what I did. It was amazing. So practical. We did a drill when you were lying on the ground and the person above you standing has a knife and you're trying to dodge and parry with your feet while also pivoting on the ground by moving your core, basically, just moving your core muscles and pulling you around. Very interesting. If you're looking for a martial art, highly recommend Krav Maga, especially for women's self-defense or for younger people, smaller people. If you're skinny, you don't weigh a lot, you want to be able to hold yourself, defend yourself. Consider Krav Maga.